What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day! Yeah! Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day. Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional life coach, business coach, motivational speaker, serial entrepreneur, etc., 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 your life coach's favorite life coach, Mr. Garry O'Neal Jr. And as always, when you see me out and about, when you see me in these streets, pull your mask up, shorty. And please don't forget the Junior. Shout out to Pops, and welcome to another power-packed podcast here on the See.Plan.Do show, season 3. Episode 21, entitled, let me move out of the way. Look at what I did. I'm sorry. And in this episode, I'm going to be reviewing and talking about Dr. Garry Chapman's, another Garry, his book entitled The Languages of Apology. Another great book. Awesome information. All right. So, without further ado, shout out to everyone watching this show. Shout out to my day one, A1 listeners, my people watching this from YouTube, my Patreon supporters, especially those executive producers. Thank you so much for your support. People that are watching this for the first time, people that are listening for the first time, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, thank you for taking the time out to watch or listen to this episode on your favorite streaming platform. Thank you. And of course, thank you. All right. So we got, like I said, we got another great episode, man. All right. We got some appetizers. Okay. And we're going to get right into that entree. But without further ado, can we get right to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland? It's entitled Best Year Ever. So right after a brief commercial break, we're going to get right to it, starting now. All right, that was your wonderful commercial. And please make sure you stop by and check out my website, man, heartsaversmd.com. You got to go. Please go there. Check it out. You could buy stuff now on there, man. I love it. I love the website. So, your song of the week is entitled Best Year Ever. First, let me thank everybody who bought a ticket, who attended the workshop Best Year Ever. All right. That is a really great workshop. And so maybe I'll do it toward the middle of the year, or maybe in the third quarter. But I want to tell you that as we are right into the first week of February, you still have an opportunity to have the best week ever. Let's just say that the first month did not do you well. Let's say there was some stumbles in January. There were some issues. There were some things that popped up again that happened last year. But I'm here to tell you right now, man, don't worry about it. You can still have the best year ever. Imagine right now, if you took a test and you didn't do well on one question, but it was 12 questions. If you get the rest of them, the 11, they're hitting, they're A's, you're good to go. So in having the best year ever, here's what I want you to do. 1, make a list of the things that you want to do. Be realistic about this list, but I want you to dream and think big. Make a list, and I want you to, underneath that list, write down, when you're looking at this list, what is the biggest thing I need to do? What is the biggest frog I need to eat? And check out Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, to learn more about eating the frog. And I want you right now to say, this is the year that I'm going to commit to A, B, and C. And I just want you to do A, B, and C. That's it. Do not let anything get in the way of what you want. Too many times we allow ego, we allow people, places, and things to get in the way, man. No, you have a right. This country, no matter what has been happening with this country says that you have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so all I want you to do is not just pursue it. I want you to get it. So I want you to write that list down. Have clear-cut crystal goals, man, on what you want. Don't just say lose weight. How much? Don't just say have a job. Don't even have a negative goal. And what I mean by negative goal is if you don't want to be at your job and your goal is to get out of this raggedy mother. No, that's a negative statement on your goal. What you can say is, I seek to be in a position, a career where I'm getting paid this amount of money. I'm doing this in XYZ. Make it positive. Once you make those crystal clear goals, all I want you to do is equally say and write down, what are you committed to doing? And you have to write this stuff, man. Write this stuff down. As a life coach, you cannot have a session with me and not write stuff down. People say to you, oh, I got it up here. I got it up here. Write it down. When you write, it's not about just walking around having all these pieces of paper, but if you write it down, what you're doing is you're unlocking all this extra energy to solving the goal, because now you can consciously see it. It's in your subconscious. Now it's consciously happening. I will give you one brief stuff before we move on. I had a client, and she was plagued with what she wanted to do for the year. And I said, well, let's write it down. What do you want to do? She said, I want to help people and I want to own my own business. I swear, guys, that within 30 seconds, she said, you know what? I've always wanted to start a group home. And then we started from there. And she started to cry because she had not been able to do that. All I'm saying to you right now, you're getting this free. Write it down. Write down what the hell you want. And then write it down and put it someplace that you can see it. Get a whiteboard. Put it on your phone. Put it on the fridge. And then all I want you to do is just ask yourself, what am I committed to doing to getting what I want? And then just do it. Some sharks, if you did not know, they have to keep moving or they're going to die. I will offer that same analogy to you and me and people who are listening right now. If you don't keep moving, you will in essence die. We only have certain windows of opportunities. And the most expensive thing wasted is an opportunity. You can't get certain opportunities back. You have to seize those opportunities. You have to jump in and say, you know what? I want it. I'm going to do what I need to do to get it. Just think about, if you're like me, you're an 80s baby. Think about Super Mario. You didn't always have an opportunity to get that mushroom that made you grow. You didn't always have an opportunity to get that star that made you invincible. You did not always have the opportunity to get the flower that made you shoot fireballs. They did not happen every 3 feet, because if that was the case, then you would win the game in an hour. But when an opportunity happened where you could get it, you know how vital and important it was to get it. Blick it, blick it. That was when I used to hit the turtles. All I'm saying to you right now, if you were looking for a sign, here it is. If you don't start, it won't happen. I don't care who you are. I don't care the resources that you have. But if you don't say to yourself right now, I have been wanting to do this, and this is happening now, it won't happen. I am extremely optimistic, as well as I live in reality. And as much as you may try to lie to yourself, as much as you may try to put things off, man, one day you're going to wake up and that opportunity is gone. And then you have to go back and listen to this season's episode, No Regrets, because you will have some. So if you were looking for a sign, man, do it now. Do it by the end of February. Start the process by the end of February. Start now. Guess what? Just do it. Just do it. All right. That was your See.Plan.Do moment of the week entitled Best Year Ever. Because you can have the best year ever. You can have the best day ever. You can have the best week ever. You can have the best month ever. And you can have the best year ever. If you want to. All right. So now let's get to our song of the week, sponsored by Greenlight Entertainment. So right after a brief commercial break, we'll get right back to it. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, people that's watching it from YouTube. You know they're not going to let me play it. But guess what? In the comments below, I post the name of the song. So vibe out. All right. So right after this commercial break, we'll get right back and we're going to get with those appetizers starting right now. All right. Welcome back. All right. That was your song of the week, sponsored by Greenlight Entertainment. And so here, season 3, episode 21, entitled, I'm Sorry, where we do a deep dive of Dr. Garry Chapman's The 5 Languages of Apology. And we talk about apologies. All right. So here's your appetizers. First, let's get the easy stuff out the way, man. Well, we're now at the Super Bowl time. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. They're heading to the Super Bowl. All right, Tampa Bay headed, leading the charge on Tampa Bay is the GOAT, one of the GOATs, Tom Brady, the old man in the game, rocking and rolling. And then we have the new GOAT, the young kid, already won a Super Bowl, one of the youngest to do it, Patrick Mahomes. And so here we go, man. So that's going to be a great old versus young. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay winning it. I just feel like, I can't bet against Brady, man. As a diehard Ravens fan, I've seen him carve up my team. And so, man, that's it. With that being said, this is the Super Bowl, which means that means my Ravens didn't make it, because I would have had a fur on in this piece. I would have had all my shades, right? I would have had a drink in my hand. But alas, only 2 teams can make it, and my team did not. So I have my Ravens official hoodie. Let me put my chain on one last time, guys. Ravens, you did absolutely great. I appreciated the ups and the downs. And so we'll get them next year. So with that, salute. All right, I'm going to take this off. And now this hoodie goes into the closet of fame, where I don't wear this hoodie. Have to have a new hoodie for the next season. All right? So, yeah, my Ravens didn't make it. It's okay. All right, so I do think that Tampa Bay will beat I do think Tampa Bay will beat the Chiefs. I think it'll be close. I think that the odds are like 3. I will say it might be 2 points, but I do see that Tampa Bay pulling it out. I won't be surprised if Kansas City wins, but I'm gonna go with Tom Brady, and I think that if Tom Brady wins, he need to go ahead. That's it, man. Wrap it up. Leave out of here with your health. Got a beautiful family. What else can you do? Wrap it up. I'll be out of here. You got the money. You good. Leave out like a champ, like you've been. So that's my NFL matchups. I mean, I'm okay if they both end in a tie. That's fine with me. All right. Let me get on to something I like to just take a moment out to say and call it the fixins. As you see, if you're watching this, and if you've been a long-time supporter and been watching the show, you see I have a new microphone. I even got a green screen just to do this. Look at that. Okay? Now, I'm pretty meticulous as far as certain things, and I like to hold on to things. All I'm going to tell you and offer to you is if there is something that you have, don't wait, man. Don't wait. If there's a bottle of champagne that you wanted to pop it right now. If there is a trip that you wanted to go to, plan for it right now. If there is something that you wanted to own, go ahead and get it now. All right? I've had this mic for a minute. Right? This green screen, it came a couple of weeks ago. I could have done 2 episodes with it. But I said, no, I'm going to wait. I was even considering waiting to use this microphone next season. Why? I asked myself, why not do it now? You have the materials now. And a lot of times we don't want to pop off with new things. We don't want to do this. This could have easily been the moment of the week, but I just, I wanted to also talk about this. If you have something that you wanted to use it now. If you wanted to do something, do it now. If there's something that you want, if you want to go on an adventure, go on an adventure now, man. Like for real. Because once you do it, you can be like, oh, damn, this is lit. Look at this mic. I ain't got to have it down here. I can adjust it. I know it's crystal clear clarity. So just do it now, man. Just do it now. Don't wait. You got a cologne in your house or perfume in your house that you only use on special occasion. Every day is a special occasion. Pop it right now. All right? Go ahead and do it now. Don't worry about anybody else. Go ahead and do it. Okay? That's just another tidbit I wanted to drop on. But moving on with the appetizers. Wandavision. So Marvel came out with a little show, a show on Disney that has, Wanda, the witch from the Avengers, and they have Vision, and it's about 4 episodes in, and they're stuck. It looks like they're stuck in like a little, makeshift world where it's back in the day. So here's my take on it right now. It's pretty good. I like to see where they go at with it. It looks pretty good. It's funny because they're set in like old sitcoms. But go ahead and grab it up. Go ahead and listen to it. Check it out. I like it, but I also miss the Avengers, so I'm looking for all the movies and stuff to come out. So this is a little appetizer to hold you down. Yeah? Go ahead and get it. Check it out. That is your hot takes, the appetizers of this episode. All right? So can we get to the entree, Garry? I know you've been waiting. Absolutely. So your entree is sponsored by Nicolantonio.com. First, let me say thank you. I recently dropped a new shirt entitled Dreamer. I'm going to wear that next episode. All right, but I had to retire my Raven jersey. Being a podcaster, you're not recording same day. I mean, I get that people do it Facebook Live and stuff like that, and that's cool. But as a podcaster, you're recording. So some things happen and you already have been recording, so you can't really do it in the middle of it. So I had to retire my jersey. I mean, I had to retire my hoodie on the air. You guys been rocking and rolling me the whole time. So I had to retire it. So Lalone Clothing, man, I just dropped a new shirt entitled Dreamer. And that's for you. Because I know you're a dreamer. So I want you to hop on over. And I thank you guys so much for the support. It's been a huge spike as far as merchandise. And I thank you so much for the support. I thank each and every person who has bought a shirt, coffee mug, stickers, anything that's been on the site. Thank you so much. So please head on over to Nicolantonio.com to grab apparel, and official merchandise of this show, as well as apparel that fits your vibe. So please make sure you make your way to LALONE.com. That's laloneclothing.com and pick up something today. All right, so your entree here, season 3, episode 21, is entitled, I'm Sorry. All right, so to begin, my man, Dr. Garry Chapman. If you don't know who Dr. Garry Chapman is, like, what have you been doing with yourself? Read some damn books, okay? So Dr. Garry Chapman created a book entitled The 5 Love Languages, which if you have not read that book, you need to get it. You need to get that book. Like, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, you need to get it so that way you know what you are looking for in a relationship, how you want to be loved, how you want love received to you, whether it's words of affirmation, quality time, gift giving, acts of service, physical touch. Those are the 5 right there. You know how I know? Because I spit it out like that. All right? Because I fully believe in this book. So then Dr. Garry Chapman said, you know what? I made off the wall. Let me drop Thriller. And so he came out with the 5 languages of apology, which I've had this book for a while. I had this book for about 2 years. All right, someone gave me this book, and I thought it was really, really great. And I said, you know what? This is something that I think that would be really nice toward the end of the season. And if this is your first time checking me out, first, hey, all right, make sure you go back. You're 3 seasons behind, and I know you want to binge watch. Okay, so check out these episodes, man. Get this vibe. Okay? All right, so Dr. Garry Chapman came out with this book, The 5 Languages of Apology. And pretty much there are 5 ways, 5 languages, of course, of apology, and what I want, you know, and what that looks like. Now, I always tell people, especially my clients, he has these tests on his website. I'm going to post a link to the website below. Or you could definitely go check it out. All right, just Google it. But in this, you know, take the test. There's a quiz. So that way you can know what your language of apology is. But I'm going to break them down. I'm going to do a deep dive. We're going deep, baby, into these languages. So that way you can know how you want to be apologized to. All right, so let's just start off with, why is it important that we apologize? We're not perfect people. And so sometimes we may do things say things, offend someone. And so we look to reconcile damaged relationships. And so to reconcile something that you've done wrong, one of the first things you could do is apologize. Apologizing hinders the buildup of violence and anger. All right. It's the basic necessity. It's the basic necessity in starting forgiveness. There, in my life, if a person would have said to me, I'm sorry, or my bad, you know, hey man, how can I I've messed up. I'm pretty sure I would still have some quality relationships. You have to learn how to apologize. All right. So let's do the 5. He got 5. So guess what? I read that, so you ain't got to go through that. Okay. But no, I still want you to take the test. So listen to this, but I really want you to take this so you know which one is yours. I'm going to tell you which one is mine at the end. And they hit the nail on the head. Jeez. Matter of fact, I'm not going to tell you. What I'm going to do is make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing this page, as well as following me. Well, not follow. We're working together. All right. Check me out on social media. And what I'm going to do is on Wednesday, Tuesday evening, I'm going to post what my apology language is. All right. So there's 5. I'm going to run down the 5 and then I'm going to do a deep dive on each one. All right. So expressing regret, Accepting responsibility is number 2. Genuinely repenting is number 3, or genuinely repent is number 3. Making restitution is number 4, and requesting forgiveness is 5. So expressing regret, accepting responsibility, genuinely repent, making restitution, and requesting forgiveness. Those are the 5. All right. So let's go over each of them. All right. The first one is expressing regret. All right. So when a person is expressing regret, all right, they are highlighting the emotional aspect of an apology. All right. Because it acknowledges the pain. It acknowledges the inconvenience. It acknowledges the disappointment. It acknowledges the betrayal of trust to a person. So what does that sound like, Gary? It sounds like this. Hey, I really feel bad that I disappointed you. I should have been more thoughtful. I hate that I caused you so much pain. I'm sorry that I violated your trust. See? Easy, right? I just wrote that. Okay? I should have been a rapper, for real. All right? But that's expressing regret. So that might be yours. If you felt that apology, that might be yours, right? Because that's the emotional part. Okay? So again, that's the emotional aspect. It acknowledges the pain, the hurt, the inconvenience. All right? And you can, so that's the emotional part. So that's expressing regret. Number 2 is accepting responsibility. All right. So with accepting responsibility, first thing is admitting fully that it's your fault. And when you admit fully, you're not trying to justify or make excuses. You ever have that? You ever had somebody give you an apology and they turn around and try to justify it or make excuses? And guess what? It washes the whole apology away, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm sorry that I was late, but you know how traffic is, or hey, you know, I had this or that. Man, to hell with your apology. If it's full of justifications or excuses, either you accept responsibility or you don't. I'm sorry, I did this. It gets straight to the point with this one. I was wrong. And I really like a great quote that was in the book, and it said, all of us make mistakes, but the only mistakes that will destroy you is the ones that you're unable to admit. Unfortunately, in my career, I have seen a lot of parents not be able to fully accept responsibility for some things that they've done to their children. And you can see as a grown man or woman how them not accepting responsibility, even when there is facts and evidence to support that this is their problem, this is their fault, and they just don't do it, it pains them. I've seen that. So if this is, you know, if this is something you can vibe with, that you can own up to, if you're accepting responsibility is their biggest thing. Accept responsibility. I was wrong, man. Hey, I messed up. This is on me. I was wrong. That's a big one. All right. So the first one was expressing regret. Number 2 was accepting responsibility. Here on the See.Plan.Do show, season 3, episode 21, entitled, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about this green screen, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? My Patreon supporters, you guys are going to be getting these funny ones. This is not a funny one, but I'm going to start using this green screen for my Patreon supporters. So if you are not a Patreon supporter, please sign up. People ask me, how can I support you? Because you know what? Because I'm usually the first person to ask them, how can I support you? You can support me by supporting the show. All right. So if you want to put up some finances, you could definitely do that. As well as for free, you can like, share, and subscribe and comment on the show. That's what I would like you to do first. But if you say, you know what, I want to take it a step further. I want to support this guy. He's lit. Be a Patreon supporter. And the link is going to be in the comments. All right. So first one was expressing regret. Number 2 was accepting responsibility. Number 3 is making restitution. Right? So when you are making restitution, you're looking to make amends. So pretty much this might sound like this. What can I do to make this right? All right. It could be money, right? Because sometimes it might, because I can see me saying this to someone as far as business, or hearing this from somebody in business. What can I do to make this right? Right? It could be money, right? It may not. I would go as far as to say that most of the time, if someone says this, it's not going to be about money. All right. But in close relationships, it's going to be something or mean sincerity. How can I make this right with you? That might be their love. That might be their apology language. So making restitution is looking to make amends. So you're asking them directly, what can I do to make this right? And all of these are great, man. All of these are great. So if you're in a relationship, whether it's dating or someone, if you're in a relationship, have them take the quiz like you need to take the quiz. So you can know your apology language. You know how you want to be apologized to, right? And you can know how they want to be apologized to, so that way you can cater to it. Some people say, well, isn't that manipulation? It's not manipulation. It's just it's just understanding, and it's just acknowledging what somebody wants, right? So like for me, right, when I give out gifts, I'm not gonna lie, I like to ask a person what they would like, because really, I want them to have a gift that they want to use. But I'm not a big gift person. I'm not a big gift receiver. So if someone's form of, let's say my love language, if they're trying to just shower me with gifts, it's okay, but they're not going to be as extensive as if they did acts of service, right? So making restitution, getting back to that one, is, again, what can I do to make this right? And that might work for somebody. And I'm pretty sure if you're listening to all these, you've probably used one or all of these, right? So that's number 3, making restitution. So remember, number 1 was expressing regret. Number 2 was accepting responsibility. And number 3 was making restitution. All right. The 4th, language of apology by Dr. Garry, Chapman, another G, is genuinely repenting. Now, this is probably one of the biggest ones that in my reading, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, right? Now, when you think about repent, we don't think about repenting to a person. Usually we are repenting to God or somebody like that. But if you are genuinely repenting, it involves the statement, I want to change. I want to change. Now, if you are a person that looks to genuinely repent, there are 3 things you have to do in that. 1 is take full responsibility. You can't try to say I fully repent but half-ass it. You got to be full on responsibility. Hey, I apologize. I've done this. Full responsibility. Then number 2 is creating a plan so that way it doesn't happen again. And then number 3 is you're actually implementing the plan. So you have to take full responsibility. You have to create a plan so it doesn't happen again, and you have to actually do it. Okay, that's 4. Genuinely repenting. I want to change. Here's what I fully accept what I've done. And here's what I plan on doing to make sure it doesn't happen again. That's genuinely repenting. Number 4. And the last one is requesting forgiveness. And in this one, the apology is heard when someone asks for it. So that's when the apology happens. Will you forgive me? And when someone's asking, will you forgive me? This is where you are realizing your own faults And what you're doing is you are giving up the future of the relationship to the person you offended. Will you forgive me? Okay? And so that's offering up to the person. If you say that to a person, will you forgive me? You are accepting responsibility. You're realizing your own faults. And you are leaving the ball, or the ball is in the person you offended, their court. Now, I will say in reading that there are some, this might be hard for some people. Because in the statement, in the question, will you forgive me? You are relinquishing control of the relationship. And some people don't want to relinquish control. If you say, will you forgive me? And they say no, then what happens? And often, so people don't want to do that. They don't want to give up the opportunity to the relationship or relinquish control of it. They also are fear of rejection because someone says no. How many times have we seen it in the movie? Will you forgive me? No, I will never forgive you. No one wants to get rejected. And then the last thing is, if you do that, the fear of failure. You have failed this relationship. You have failed the situation. So people don't really want to put themselves out there with that. Requesting forgiveness. Will you forgive me? All right. So those 5, one more again. 1, expressing regret. 2 is accepting responsibility. 3 is genuinely repenting. 4 is making restitution. And 5 is requesting forgiveness. All right. So what I want you to do is, if you don't even want to get the book, go ahead and take the test. Okay? Go ahead and please take the test, not just because you're in a relationship, but just because you want to know how you want to be apologized to. Because you know what? If someone apologizes to you by asking you, will you forgive me? And you know that's not really what you want to hear, then you're going to be turned off. Or you're going to resent that, right? So knowing what you want to hear, what does that apology look like to you? So you can express that. I had a person, I had a guy on social media try to bash the love languages. And I was surprised, because I usually don't hear people talk crap about that. That's a great book. The one thing that got me in that conversation, I asked him, have you ever read the book? He said, no. Conversation is over. I'm not going to go into an argument or a debate with someone unarmed. So please, just, even if you don't read the book, just go ahead and take the test. So that way you can just be educated on your apology language. I've never heard this until 2 years ago. All right, some final tips. If you are the person that is looking for an apology, you are requesting an apology, you're not demanding it. Right? So that works. So if you've been offended, you can ask for an apology, but you can't demand it, right? And the same goes the other way. If you have offended someone, you can't say, well, will you forgive me? Damn. Nah. You are requesting it, but you can't demand someone to take your apology. All right? Also understand that as you apologize, the person may say no. All right. And the reason why they may say no is a couple of reasons. All right. It gives up the quest for justice. So something might have happened where they need to seek justice. They can't just take an apology. All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm for apologies, but it depends on what it is. Right. It can't be something egregious to me and a simple apology works. No. All right. I'll give you this. The last time someone apologized to me was yesterday. I went to a place where you can buy you could buy all types of materials for your home and stuff like that. More of a depot for your home. And there was a young greeter, and she wasn't greeting, man. She was just telling people cash or charge as soon as we roll up. And I'm thrown back because I'm like, damn, okay, all right, charge. And I went to it, and she kept doing it for everybody to where even the security guard that was there was like, man, you being rude. She's like, I'm not being rude. I'm just being blunt. What the hell? What are you being blunt for? And you're a greeter. And I'm not even going to lie. It bothered me the whole way home because I teach leadership. I teach customer service. All right. I was one of the people that taught leadership and customer service at one of the NFL teams. And they were one of the bottom in terms of customer service. And by the time me and my coworker were done, they were in the top 5. Now, did we get any trophies for that? No. Did we get any awards for that? No. But we know. We were in there teaching all these people that were meeting up with the people. And it really bothered me, guys. And what I did was I went home and I thought about it. And I said, you know what? I got a call. So I called the supervisor. I called it, I said, hey, can I speak to the manager? I spoke to the manager and I let him know, hey, I'm not looking for anybody to get terminated, nothing like that. But can someone talk to her about this? Because it really bothered me. I'm there to buy these things, to buy these goods. Me buying these goods ensures that she has a position here. And I just did not like the idea that she thinks that she can just talk to people like that. So you know what the manager did? He said he apologizes, that he will have someone talk to her. And it won't happen again. Do I believe that he talked to her? I don't know, man. I got off the phone. He could have went back to playing, doing whatever he was doing. But I accepted the apology. It wasn't serious. It wasn't super serious to me because I would have said something to her right then and there. All right. But a person may say no if it gives up the quest for justice. So, yeah, just saying sorry may not be enough for a person. Okay. The consequences are long lasting. So whatever happened, the consequences are dire and long lasting. So a person's not going to just say, oh, I forgive you. All right. A major offense has been committed. Like I said, I accept people's apology, but it's certain things that I've seen that maybe I'm not there as a person yet. But when I've seen people murder people and they try to ask for forgiveness from the victims, family, and they're just doing it, nah, it can't be me. I can tell you right now, I would be one of those people that as soon as they got close, I'm going to murder them. Well, no, not really. Well, yeah, really. But a major offense has occurred. You can't just think that you're going to, a sorry is going to get it. No. And it's been repeated. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and just say, oh, sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Nah, it doesn't work. So that may happen when you're looking for that apology, when you're looking to offer that apology. Yeah. Also, I want you to check out the book. It goes over a lot of other stuff, right? It goes over how to apologize to yourself. Oh my gosh. What I want you to do right now is if you feel as though you have been the biggest critic, I want you right now to just apologize to yourself. Forgive yourself. Go back to season 2 when the amazing Robert Pruitt was on the show and we talked about being gentle with yourself. And being gentle with yourself, you can apologize to yourself for how you've treated yourself. All right? It talks about apologizing to yourself. It also talks about how kids should apologize, how you can teach children to apologize. And also what that looks like when someone needs to apologize to their family or if you're dating. Yeah. What I don't like about dating nowadays, what I've seen, is people don't even allow people to apologize before just cutting them off. Something will happen that could be something that they just didn't really, it might not have learned, and they turn around and be like, oh, I'm done. You'd be like, damn, because they didn't tip a huge tip. So please check out, if anything else, please do the test, take the quiz. You could comment on my social media page or on YouTube. Tell me what your apology language is. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe. All right. And guess what, guys? That's the end of this episode. As always, you can catch each and every episode dropping at Tuesday, right at midnight. All right. Each and every show drops then. If you're a Patreon viewer, you get it earlier. So make sure you want it earlier, get it. All right. You can check out those episodes, as well as you can check out all the content that I offer. You can check it out on all my social media pages by heading on over to See.Plan.Do.com. All right. If you're looking to be a guest on this show, you're looking to promote, I am now offering for the next season promotional opportunities. So if you want to get some of these slots, if you want to lock it in, because I promise you, I say this every episode, the numbers are growing. They are. And as the numbers grow, people are taking notice, and they're taking advantage of some of these slots. So I'm telling you now, I'm offering this to you, because one day it won't be available. I want you to get on the ground floor. Imagine if Jeff Bezos came to you and said, hey, man, I got this thing called Amazon. I know I'm only rocking in my garage, but, what's up? Or a guy comes to you, Steve Jobs, or, somebody says, hey, man, you know what? I got this thing called Apple. It's not the fruit, but it's going to be lit. What's up? And you're like, nah. And they pass on it. Now look at you. All right. But make sure if you're trying to promote your events, your goods, your services, your book, definitely reach out to me for those sponsorship packages, those opportunities. And last but certainly not least, thank you for being a part of this show. You are a part of this show. Thank you for your continuous support. All right. Thank you for checking out this show, last show, future episodes, season 1, season 2, season 20. All right. Catch me next week for another jam-packed episode. And what is it packed with, Gary? The vibes. All right. Until we see each other again. Until we talk again. And we share those special, really special moments. Please stay safe. Please stay at home currently. And always remember to see, plan, and do. If you're listening to this, or you catch wind of this and I have offended you, or I've hurt you, or I've done something to you in the past, I want you to know that I'm sorry. All right, please take care of yourself. Tell 3 people you love them, man. And as always, man, your life coach loves you and rocks with you. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye.